Donald Trump says he will now surrender on Thursday in Georgia. Unlike in his other indictments, the former president will be required to pay a cash bond in Georgia, just like 61% of people charged with a felony in this country. My next guest was one of those people back in 2018 when he faced a $500,000 bond for his actions in protecting Donald Trump. Michael Cohen's book is Revenge. He has two podcasts, Political Breakdown and Mea Culpa, and he joins me now. Michael, what do you make of Trump's $200,000 bond, the fact that he, unlike in his other ones, he is going to have to post at least part of that here?
Look, at the end of the day, $200,000, he'll have no problem with raising the money. Worst comes to worst, he'll go to his stupid supporters to do it, and they'll just pony it up to one of his various different PACs. But I find it ironic or comical that I had to post a $500,000 bond for another man having an affair and receiving back the money that I received from him, and his is $200,000 for trying to overturn a free and fair election. I don't see the correlation, but it is what it is.
You mentioned his legal defense fund that he has. Jenna Ellis, who is a former Trump attorney that was a vociferous defender of his, is now saying, this has become a bigger principle than just one man. Why isn't MAGA Inc. funding everyone's defense? What do you make of the fact that there are some people whose legal bills he covers and other people like Jen Ellis who are upset that their bills aren't being covered?
There's never a reason for Donald that you can actually isolate and say, why is he paying, well, for Don Jr., right, or for Kimberly Gargoyle, but we don't know as to why not for Jen Ellis, why not for Rudy Giuliani. Donald's an idiot. Let me just be very clear when it comes to paying money. He is truly an idiot. He has not learned yet that the last person that you want, three people you don't want to throw under the bus like that: your lawyer, your doctor, and your mechanic. Because one way or the other, you're going to go down the hill and there'll be no brakes. That's the problem. He has still not learned. And allegedly, from Rudy's own mouth, he claims that he has smoking gun information about Donald. Well, if that's true, I strongly suggest Rudy, and I don't have to suggest anything to Rudy. He's the one that, basically came up with this concept of strong-arming when he was the head of the Southern District of New York. He's going to need to speak, and he's going to need to speak before everybody else does. You
think Trump's making a mistake by not paying for more of Rudy Giuliani's legal fees?
Absolutely.
What do you think about Rudy Giuliani? What we are told from our reporting is that he went down there with Bob Costello, his attorney, twice in late April. And I was told by sources, they basically told Trump it was in his best interest to pay for Rudy Giuliani's legal fees. He paid a small fee, but not the seven figures that he's dealing with.
Or any of the money that Donald allegedly owed to Rudy from past performance, which, again, it's not the job that Rudy did for Donald. I don't know if I would pay either. But at the end of the day, when your life is basically hanging on the line, once again, you just don't really want to throw another lawyer under the bus.
What do you make of the restrictions that were placed as part of Trump's bond deal today? It's essentially not threatening other co-defendants, unindicted co-conspirators, witnesses in this case. It says that's included but not limited to post on social media or repost of other people, what they say.
Yeah. So unless you're the recipient of the hatred that comes from Donald Trump's posts, like I have been and continue to be, unless you're the recipient of the hatred from the people that follow Donald, you really can't understand how devastating it is. I applaud the judge for putting restrictions on him. And I understand the argument about the First Amendment, that they're stifling the former president, the Republican presumed nominee. I get it. But Donald, with his dog whistle, truly has the ability to change people's lives.
You think he can comply with this?
No chance. No chance. He can't.
And what happens if he doesn't?
Probably nothing will happen because there's obviously a fear of putting somebody in jail. Maybe they'll increase his bond and then they'll do it again and then maybe even a fourth time. But Donald can't help himself. When he has a hatred or an ire for somebody, he cannot help but get it off his chest. And the only way he can do it is through his untruth social.
Speaking from experience?
I sure am.
Michael Cohen, thank you for being here tonight.
বিশ্ব ব্ৰহ্মাণ্ডৰ উৰণ বুৰণ গজন আৰু ভ্ৰমণ এই চাৰিমুঠি জীৱ জগতৰ আমাকে সৃষ্টিকৰ্তা বিৰিঞ্চি বুলি জানে সকলোৱে ঈশ্বৰৰ ইচ্ছাত যিমানে সৃষ্টিৰ সুবিশাল কৰ্মজাল কৰিলো ৰচনা অতীত বাসনা মোৰ মৰিচিকা খেদি অসীম মৰুৰ প্ৰান্ততে হল ধাৱমান জগতৰ কাৰণ হে নাৰায়ণ কি যে বিচিত্ৰ লীলা অপাৰ মহিমা মায়াতে আবদ্ধ আমি চতুর্ভিত দেখু মাথু তমহারে ঘন আবরণ নামি আহা নারায়ণ গোলক ধামর পরা নামি আহি বিশ্বর পালক রক্ষা করা সৃষ্টিক আমার যাও যাও এবে জগতকে করি জাতিষ্কার নিষ্কৰ্তব্যৰ হেতু মই অগ্ৰসৰ